All right, for our last segment of the weekly, let's go through some stablecoin news because that is one segment of the crypto economy that most people think is not vapor, not a Ponzi. And on that note, we have Stanley Druckenmiller, the Wall Street legend, who, by the way, has long been a critic of the crypto space, saying that much of the industry felt like a, quote, solution looking for a problem. But Druckenmiller said, with I forget who, but he's saying that stablecoins are not in that bucket, and he's predicting that within 10 to 15 years, the machinery moving money around the planet won't rely on swift wires or card networks, but it will be on blockchain-powered stablecoins that settle transactions faster, cheaper, and without bankers checking the clock.
10 to 15 years, that sounds too slow to me. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise, absolutely. No brainer.
Yeah, no brainer. Now, the issue is the one question around this is how that will affect dollar dominance. So interestingly, Druckenmiller said he suggested that the dollar might not remain the world's reserve currency indefinitely. And he did acknowledge that stablecoins could extend the dollar's reach in the digital era.
Yeah. See about that, Mr.
All right.
Druck.
So the stablecoin economy, by the way, has now hit a new milestone, crossing $315 billion in issued stablecoins. And interestingly, USDC is gradually taking share away from USDT. If you look at the on-chain metrics, USDT still accounts for more than half of all stablecoins in circulation, but USDC catching up quickly. And I think this is largely due to the regulatory certainty in the US after the passing of the Genius Act. And USDC, of course, circle a US business, while Tether sort of had to scramble and put up a US version of Tether.
Yeah. So, but that's what I was going to ask you. Does this count USDT and the Tether US certified version as separate stablecoins?
It's a good question. Either way, the US version of Tether, I think, is still a very small market cap.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering if Tether is now focusing more on growing that new coin. Still the same company, but yeah.
I wonder as well. So that'd be a good question to pose to our boy Paolo Arduino next time we got him on the pod.
That's right. Very, very good.
Okay. Now, it's not all roses and flowers and cake in the stablecoin world. In Argentina, the CNV, which is the Argentine equivalent of the SEC, has reported that, which is a Argentine peso-linked stablecoin, constitutes a security and is therefore subject to the regulatory regime for capital markets. And so there's a stablecoin in Argentina called ARGT, and it's issued by a company called Twin Finance, and it's listed by Bello, and it offered up to 32% APY. So this seems to set a precedent in Argentina where linking the offering of rewards for holding a stable coin, making that a security, this closes the potential savings use case for Argentine peso stable coins. So there's no other regulation in Argentina tackling this issue.
When you see numbers like 32% APR, what do you think, Graham?
I think scam.
Yeah.
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 So yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that particular stablecoin, but yes, it does seem suspect, and you could see why the Argentine regulator would be looking into that and saying, okay, this is a security, because how could they they offer that APR. It seems risky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do have this like in sovereign bond markets, right? Like I think was it Turkey a couple years ago? They had their bond, their like whatever it is, 10-year, 20-year bond, and it was some ridiculous coupon rate of like 20, 30, 40% or something like that. And you're just like, whoa, okay. Yeah, that's a red flag.
Okay. Meanwhile, Metaplanet, which is of course the big Japanese-based Bitcoin digital asset treasury company, they announced a strategic investment in JPYC, the JPYC stablecoin, through their new venture arm. And so the news is that Metaplanet executed a letter of intent to invest up to around $2.5 million to, quote, bolster Japan's digital settlement infrastructure. So yeah, in some countries there's clearer regulation and local currency stable coins are going ahead, while in others there's a dearth of regulation. Some sort of rogue or maverick companies spinning up products, they're getting shut down by regulators due to the lack of regulatory environment or rules for it. So yeah, we're just seeing this sort of bifurcation. Some countries moving ahead, some stopping it. It's interesting as to see this play out.
Yeah. So Metaplanet has a big meeting. Maybe it's like a yearly shareholders thing. Anyway, so it's a one-day event next week, March 25th. I'll be there and we'll be doing some interviews and covering the event. And I'm sure there'll be more information about this, and I'll be sure to ask some of the people that I'm going to interview on this specifically. And that'll be I think it's in Yokohama. So I'll be there next week to cover that Metaplanet thing. And I am curious to know more about this and how it fits in with the work they're doing to integrate or to offer dollar-denominated stablecoins. I think Circle now has the authority to have a USDC-ish instrument here in Japan. Again, it'll be very interesting to see how this all fits together.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Thank you, David, and thanks everyone for listening. Have a great week.